As a continued part of the Optimizing Your Twitch channel, we're going to do another deep dive, but today, what are we going to be talking about this time?
Now, we're going to be talking about actually the actual banner. So the last video, we covered the actual video player banner. This is your actual banner. This is what is at the very top of your Twitch page. So this video is for you.
Hey, I'm Dale.
And I'm Walt.
This is Live Streaming Tech. And if you want to learn more about live streaming online, including places like Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Mixer, DLive, and beyond, make sure that you
click that bell notification on, but first you gotta hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video.
Do it either way, because you're going to want to make sure you're staying tuned to this channel, because this is a full series on optimizing your Twitch channel, and part of that is getting that channel banner all dialed in. I mean, why is that so important, dude?
Well, that's important because the fact that a lot of us streamers, we like to hit that go live button and just go nuts. But here's the thing, your first impressions are everything, and people will visit your channel sometimes when you aren't live. So you can't speak for yourself when you're not live. So you let your banner do the talking for you.
All right, let's get right to it. Okay, to do our Twitch cover image, we're going to need the free open source software called GIMP, and we're just going to go ahead and open that up. You can download that at gimp.org/download. There's going to be a link for that inside the description down below. And also, when you're going for any images, might I recommend that you download our free image resource guide at livestreamingtech.site/guide. This will get you some free images that you can use. Some of them require attribution, whereas other ones you can just use. It's free. Places like Pixabay is a really good example. All right, so for this one right here, we're going to make it, it's going to be a bit smaller than what we did in our last video, where we covered the actual video player image. So for this one right here, we're going to be doing the cover image. So this is going to be like above inside your profile, and if people are looking at your channel over on the Twitch app, they're going to also see this when they come to your channel. So in any event, we want to make sure that the actual dimensions are ready for this. We're going to hit Control N, and this is going to be 1280 by 480. So it's a little bit different. Now, in the event, you're like, you know what, I really don't want to fuss around with this too much. You could always just go over, from our previous video, we showed you how to do the video player banner. So we would just go in, for instance, and then we click, and then we drop it on in. Now, you can see that this is way bigger than what we'd like. We can hit the scale tool, and we would scale it down. So let's hit 1280. Okay, it scales it down. Let's grab the alignment tool. We'll left click on this little top layer, go to Tool Options, Center, Center. So you can see we could kind of work it with this, but you know what? I always kind of like to just make it a little bit more unique. So this would probably work out. This would be just fine, but I want to kind of show you how to make it a little bit different. So we're going to change some of this just slightly. So in the event that you're feeling really lazy, you can always go, okay, I'm already done. There we go, Control-Shift-E. We would go ahead and export our document. But that would be, like I said, we want to kind of make something a little bit unique. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to delete this layer. Let's change this layer to white, Control and comma. All right, now we've filled that up. Now let's go ahead and we're going to drop a couple unique images in it. I'm going to grab this one. It's pretty silly. And we're going to zoom out by pressing Control and using the scroll wheel. And I'm going to grab the scale tool. I'm going to make this just a little smaller. Excellent. Scale. All right, now let's get another one here. Now, if you have like an emote or some type of a badge that you already have, or even say, for instance, a logo, you can probably always just drop them on in here. For me, I always just kind of put our brand in. So let's go ahead and find something good here. I think this one's kind of funny. I'm going to show you a little trick here. First thing is I'm going to grab the scale tool. Let's grab my other layer here. I want to see how big it is. 1756. We're going to go ahead and resize this to 1756. We may have to kind of make it a little bit smaller, because the camera was zoomed in a bit when we were filming that or shooting these. So you can see that my brother right now is looking in the wrong direction. We want to kind of go towards the middle. So Since there's no print for us to kind of worry about here, I'm going to grab this flip tool and we're going to point it at it. Now the problem is I'm actually on vertical. We want to go horizontal. Select horizontal here on tool options. Boom. We've now flipped it around. I'm going to just grab that on over there. So what I'm going to do is I want to erase this because we don't need the check there. That's silly. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. You want to have your brush size at hardness 100, okay? And then change the size however you need to. 200 is probably perfect. So we're just going to go on this specific layer that we need to erase. Select it. Okay, not too bad. Now I know based on the previous lesson that we did when it came to the video player banner, we need to kick up the saturation just a little bit. So I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to select this layer, going to go to colors, we're going to hit hue and saturation. We're going to get it to where we don't look so stinking pale white. And I usually do about 20 to 30. It's going to be up to you on taste, because obviously if you go too much, you're going to end up looking like Donald Trump, like that. So that's just a little too much. We're going to go 20. Hit OK. Boom. Now we're going to go on over. Let's get the same thing on my brother Walt. And I'm going to hit filters again. We're going to hit repeat hue and saturation. It's going to kick him up a little bit. We're going to go into colors. Kick up the contrast just a bit, probably about 10 to 20. We'll hit 15. See how that looks. Not bad. It made it a little too strong. That's good. And same thing. Going to go down to that next layer. We're going to hit filters. Repeat brightness. Excellent. Okay, so now we've got this right here. We've got everything all set the way we want to. I'm going to go ahead and put my background. So find like a background over in some of these free image resources I was telling you about. And I've got a few here of my own that we're going to utilize. We're going to click and then we're going to drag it on down into there. We're going to move this down a couple layers. Oh, too far. Move it back up. All right, so I like how this is looking so far, so good. We'll move this over just a little bit. And I want to drop our logo right in the middle, right there. We're going to resize this, so we're going to get the scale tool. And the height is 480, so all we need to do is just dial in the height to where it's just high enough. Scale. Grab the alignment tool. Left click on that layer. Now every now and then you'll notice if you click on something accidentally, it'll be on the wrong thing. You may have to move the layer to the top portion. So in other words, you move it all the way up so that way it's, you can click it and do it that way. So we're going to hit tool options. I'm going to center it. So you can see that the eye kind of just comes right in because I've got this specific pattern that it really draws your eyes into it. I want to do just a little bit more of a draw in. So we're going to select that layer. And I'm going to get it to 1280. Enter, scale. Let's get this to where it's centered right. Center, center. Ooh, I like that. That looks much, much, much better. I like that for sure. All right, now let's go into the layers. I'm going to right click alpha the selection on the specific logo here. We're going to choose the layer right below it, make a transparent layer. Okay. We're going to fill that with black, Control, period. Control Shift A will deselect. Shut off that layer for just a moment. We're going to get the Move tool, left click on it just a little bit. Now I'm just going to kind of move it off with my arrows, and we're going to offset it maybe just a little bit over to the right and down to the bottom. So we're going to turn it back on. You see it kind of pops a little bit. It pops just a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to duplicate that layer because I'm going to use it to kind of create a little bit of a shadow. We're going to go into blur, Gaussian blur. Control A, 15. All right, excellent. I'm going to make it a little bit deeper. Let's do that. Ah, there we go. That pops so much more. We're going to go ahead and we're going to merge down. Okay, last but not least is our silly mugs here. So what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to right click on my brother's head, alpha to selection, and we're going to choose a different layer down below and put a transparent layer there. Okay. And I'm going to press Control period to fill it with black. Same thing with me. I'm going to right click on me, alpha to selection, select that layer, Control period. Now you'll notice Control Shift A will deselect. when I shut myself off, or both of us off, we're going to see that there's this in the background. So I'm not going to offset this all. All I want to do is just create a blur with this. So it kind of creates just a little bit of a shadow. So when we turn ourselves back on, you'll see we kind of pop out from the background just a bit. Boom. I just went ahead and duplicated that layer. We're going to merge it down so it's all together. So you can probably add little extra bells and whistles. I don't go too crazy on something like this. One of the recommendations Twitch support actually says on their help page is you should keep things to the left, but I haven't found too many occasions where I'm on mobile that it changes, and I've used a couple different mobile devices to go onto Twitch. So this is probably going to be more than sufficient. We could add in our value proposition. Maybe we're streamers that do Ghost Recon games, or maybe we do Lego games. It doesn't matter. For this one, I'm just going to keep it super, super basic. So we're going to just do this. We're going to hit Control Shift and the Control and S to save it. We're going to save this as a GIMP template. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to name this Twitch cover image template, because you're going to want to make sure you can go back and edit this later on. You will thank me. And we are going to make this available down inside the description below, so that way if you want to go get this particular template and play around with it, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and use images. There we go. We're going to hit save. All right, now we just saved it for GIMP. It's only readable by GIMP. We need to have a PNG asset. So in this instance, we're going to press Control Shift and the letter E to export it. And we're going to name this. And in this instance, I'm going to put live streaming tech, Twitch cover image, and we're going to get rid of the template portion right there. There we go. It's PNG. We're going to hit export. Leave everything as is right here. So you may want to pause the screen and go through and click this off if you're following along. We're going to hit export. Excellent. So now this is ready to upload. But this is not it, folks. We've actually had a couple other videos. In fact, not too long ago, we showed you how to do the video player banner up over here. You're going to go over and join me up over there. And if you didn't get an avatar or a profile pic for your Twitch channel, you want to make sure you go over here. Either way, hit either one of these because you can't go wrong. I'll see you there.